What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome to another episode of The Casual Nerd, where in this episode, there's going to be some pretty much hot topics throughout the entire thing. There's one fluff piece that I just really wanted to put in because I was just excited about it. Not to toot my own horn, but I have a community that sends me pretty awesome content. Now, the first stuff that we're going to get into, it's breaking news. Breaking winds, we're breaking. Oh, I should probably do the intro thing. I don't have any papers to, pounce on the table. This is all you're getting. So, breaking news, Troy Baker decides to not work with NFTs. I'm not surprised. There was so much pressure. So much pressure, and I'm honestly glad that the pressure got to him a little bit, because he said, in quote, "I've heard you and apologize for accusing anyone of hating just by simply disagreeing with me." I'm glad he's not working with NFTs anymore, to be quite honest. They're bad for the environment, and it's something of where I highly disagree with it. I have friends who agree with the growth and use of NFTs. It's fine for them. I don't judge, but for me personally, it's a no-no. And next up in breaking news, because I literally just heard about this morning, and I was trying to get as many pieces and articles as possible just to make sure that this was all legit. PlayStation acquires Bungie. I feel like PlayStation was over here seeing Microsoft acquire all these different companies, and they're like, "Hey, PlayStation, I see you acquiring Bethesda. I see you acquiring Activision. I'll raise you." I feel like I might go into this further in a podcast, not too sure yet, but all these acquisitions, all these companies buying out one another is surprised anybody's left. I feel like PlayStation and Xbox, or PlayStation and Microsoft rather, are going at one another while Nintendo's over here like, "Hi, what's up?" So now we're going to get into the articles I posted on Patreon, which, by the way, I redid my Patreon tiers, and I have tiers as expensive as $20. For those of you who want to save a buck, I cut back on some of the cost because some people were kind of deterred, and they didn't want to pay as much as like $40 a month for photography and all that kind of stuff. So I lowered my prices. So you guys have a $1 tier, $3 tier, a $5 tier, I believe a $10 tier, 15 and 20, which it'll give you an array of different things that you guys can choose from and be a part of. So if you guys want to support what I do on the channel, please be sure to hit up the Patreon link down in the description below. So yeah, the first one that we're going to get into is why PS5 versus Xbox Series X doesn't matter. Reader's future. I don't know why my voice is fun like that. I felt like it was just a natural progression of things. I don't know why. I feel like some of you are going to be smart asses and be like, "What, is she high right now?" No, I'm just me. This is me. Okay. So it states here in the article that a reader tries to diffuse the current gen console war by looking at the pros and cons of both consoles and how largely equal each other out. Over the past couple of months, there have been a steady stream of readers' features which have fanned the flames in an imaginary console battle. To be fair, the majority of regular GC readers are level-headed folks that don't buy into it. It seems that the PlayStation 5 is the recipient of most of the bashing, but Microsoft had some of the criticism too. They're always divisive, always driven by personal opinion, and often contain statements and comments that are simply untrue. I imagine this is only going to get worse following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. In my opinion, though the hyperbole needs to stop. We can all understand wanting to justify your choice of the console by declaring it as the best, but let's be honest, in terms of actual difference in performance between the consoles, it's pretty much negligible. Thing is, both consoles are great. As being the owner of a PS4 now, I can say that the PS4 is just as good as the Xbox Series X. There, I said it. Come for me in the comments. I don't care, okay? I don't give a rat's ass. There is so much more important things than a console war going on, you guys, right? There's so much more important things going on right now, like stopping COVID. Gee, ever thought about that? There's a lot of stuff that's more important than a stupid console war. I really, honestly, it's down to opinion. What console do I think is the best? Hello, PC Master Race. I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking, but still. Okay, there's a lot of consoles that are absolutely incredible. The Switch has its pros and cons. The Xbox Series X has its pros and cons. The PS4 has its pros and cons, but all of them are absolutely incredible devices. There's so many things that are absolutely great about each console. And what I really would love to see is people noticing how great all of these pieces of machinery are instead of having a major pissing contest. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's a pissing contest and nobody's gonna win. Well, okay, the companies will win because, you know, they're making the money, but still. So next up in gaming news, you can now play a Cyberpunk 2077 dating visual novel that even CD Projekt Red likes. This is fluff, okay? This is pure fluff piece for today's episode, but I thought this was adorable, so stuck it in here. So it states here in the article that as we all sit and wait for Cyberpunk 2077 to release any information or updates for 2022, fans have once again taken up the task of producing new content. But this time, I saw a few different CD Projekt Red employees tweeting about this project, a new fan-made game called Cyberpunk 2069. It's a visual novel set in the Cyberpunk 2077 universe that has both safe for work and not safe for work explicit versions as you try to romance various male members of the Cyberpunk 2077 universe. The first version is concentrated on trying to win the affection of Senseo Oda and Arasaka Ninja, though there are further plans to include Goro Takamura, Johnny Silverhand, and Victor Vector. The demos for that content, which will be added later. This is cute, okay? This is adorable. I like this, okay? I really honestly, I love whenever fans create stuff like this because it shows the creativity. It shows what fans are capable of doing, and it shows how much love the game has. And finally, in gaming news, some good old Resident Evil news. Man, I miss reporting on some Resident Evil news. Haven't you missed me reporting on Resident Evil news? Probably not, but it's okay. States here in the header, Resident Evil 4 HD project releases next week after 8 years of work. Holy crap. Now it states here in the article that the Resident Evil 4 HD project began in 2014 and 8 years or so down the line is finally complete. Will release Friday the 2nd, and you may well be wondering why this project exists at all given the developer Capcom has re-released Resident Evil 4 itself in several HD versions, and the answer is they weren't so good. The version of Resident Evil 4 that arrived on Steam in 2014 was technically high definition but lacked basic customization options, and textures had merely been made a little sharper. It just didn't look the part or do justice to one of the best games ever made. So the Resident Evil HD project decided that if Capcom wasn't going to do it properly, they would. It's always the fans that create the best looking games for Resident Evil. You know, Capcom doesn't want to put out Code Veronica X. The fans are working on it. They're doing it. They're making it a thing, you know. This is a huge texture and asset overhaul for the PC version of Resident Evil 4, which recreates the textures for every background, item, and character in the game, which is so much work to do. To get an idea of the dedication here, one of the two main characters, Albert Morin, actually retracted Capcom's footsteps to locations like Raglan Castle in Wales and the Paul Güell in Barcelona to photograph many of the same textures used in the original game, but at much higher resolutions. There's so much dedication here. There's so much work that was put into this. I can't wait to play this. I cannot wait to play this. I'm so excited. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for Resident Evil HD finally? I feel like it's becoming like the first Resident Evil game, you know, where it's just been remade after the remake after the remake after the remake. We're probably going to get a remake on the new engine, which I'm holding my breath for because that was the first game I ever played, and dear God if they mess this up. But you guys, if you all like this episode of The Casual Nerd and you like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't have a second channel anymore. Some of you pointed out that why can't I see the videos on the second channel? I deleted the second channel. I was spreading myself too thin, and a lot of the videos that you guys were seeing over there, I'll be redoing some of them and posting them here. That way you guys have like mental health check-ins, some calm videos, all that kind of stuff. It'll probably be within like the Saturday video lineup. But you guys stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.